Hello, everyone. I do apologize for the delayed start here. We had our biannual parafair over with the Hard Stuff Hall with Warner Paranormal Preservation Society today, and unfortunately, it took me a little while longer to get back to settled. So I do apologize for the late start here. Today, we're actually going to be going over starseed theory, just a brief discussion here. I don't want to blend over to too many other people's shows that we have on the lineup for tonight. So I will be keeping it brief and short down to that 35 minutes, just so that we can end at 7 o'clock. So what we're going over today, like I said, is starseed, this theory that our spirits are of different origins, right? So the whole concept revolves around the idea that there are spirits that are being reincarnated on Earth that don't originate from Earth. Anybody out there watching, please feel free to jump in if you have anything to add in the comments section. This is something that's very new to me, and I am honest to God about as ignorant to this theory as it can be outside of some very cursory searches and some different research that honestly I'm not the best at. Oh, hey Jen, thank you for filling in for Courtney. I greatly appreciate it. But really what I wanted to talk about was the idea that we are beings that are moving between different spaces, right? And this theory purports that there are those among us that have been imported from a different dimension, universe, solar system, somewhere else that are walking among us in an attempt to advance or better humanity, right? So I just wanted to have kind of a conversation around that. I got a couple of people that I have reached out to, but it does look like I am flying solo tonight. So really just want to interact with you guys and find out what your stances are and what you guys have heard about this, because I find it really interesting. I know it was originally purported, unfortunately, I can't remember the gentleman's name, back in 1978 in his book. He actually goes over the different levels of existence, different spiritual existences and things like that, and in which he purports that there are creatures on Earth, not from Earth, which this actually got me into a really good conversation earlier today at our parafair with Richie B. For those of you who are on the network, you guys know who Richie B is. He is our Bigfoot guy. He's our Sasquatch guy down in the Bridgewater Triangle. And we just had a really good conversation around it, right? This idea that somehow people are out there vibrating on different levels. Now, some of the research, I gotta throw the quotes up there because it's very parascience or very quasi-scientific, right? Similar to our conversations before around mental manifestations and the utilization of brainwaves to impact the world and universe around us. There's also an energy that we have, right? There's definitely something that we give off, and it comes down to it, right? We all operate on different levels. Everyone's heard the stories of people that are ill. My sister actually brought this up when I was telling her about the podcast earlier today, where people feel better when they're around positive people, right? The healing chances go up, the recovery times go down, things like that. So is it that far of a stretch to think that there are some people out there that resonate on a higher level that can actually push out into the universe? Hey, honey, a little bit stronger than others. And is that what we're seeing as starseed? Is that what people are interpreting as starseeds? Some of the really interesting things that I found while doing a little bit of research in this, nothing terribly fantastical, but the idea that it's not the idea, it's actually a fact, that there's actually varying norms of our bodies and how they operate, right? So one of the major discrepancies that you'll see among different people is the average mean temperature. Now, we all kind of grew up and all understood 98.5 is a very average temperature, but there are individuals that run 3, 4, 5 degrees hotter or colder, right? So there are definitely things in our physicality that suggest that we all operate on different levels. Now, does that mean that the spirit inhabiting the soul, the energy or the consciousness that's actually inhabiting our bodies is of different origin, I don't know, right? That's why I like to do these conversations. And again, anybody out there that has anything, please, shoot it up in the chat. Today is a very truncated show. Yeah, thank you, honey. I appreciate that. But the idea that we are from somewhere else, I think, to me, and this is just after the research I did and very, again, limited research, right? The concept of a star seed, some of the symptoms of being a star seed is not feeling as though you fit in, not feeling like you have a contextual understanding of the society around you, a feeling or yearning beyond what our existence is now, the feeling that this is kind of a stepping stone or an initial step in your existence. And for me, all of that just sounds like a societal dysmorphia, right? Like you don't fit in, you're a social outcast. And I think a theory like this almost, I don't want to say like takes advantage of, but definitely exploits those feelings of not fitting in and things like that. And so it gives people this idea, this feeling that like, hey, I don't belong because of this other thing, right? And again, anybody that disagrees with me, please feel free to jump into the comments. But the idea that our existences are coming from an external place, and that's why we feel disjointed, that's why we feel not connected, that's why we feel like we have a higher purpose that we can't actually achieve in our physical life. I think that really pushes, oh, thank you, Jen. I feel like this pushes that narrative of the social disconnect, right? And we've experienced that more and more as time goes on. Hey, Andrew, where we have moved away from a very collective societal existence, where we had very heavy ties in our communities and our neighborhoods and things like that. And now we're becoming more and more isolated through things like what I'm doing right now, right? I'm in a room by myself having a conversation with people that aren't really here. We've lost that connectivity, so we don't feel like we fit in more. And so we're grasping at theories and grasping at ideas and concepts to justify the feelings that we're having. And the idea, grasping at these ideas of why we don't feel like we fit in, why we feel disconnected from our society as a whole, when in reality we're disconnecting, right? Like we're not connecting with people anymore. And I think that this kind of theory takes away the ownership we have of that, right? The idea that because we're born in a different universe, we're born in a different dimension, we're reverberating at a different thing, that's why we can't connect with the people around us. I don't know that I can actually, having looked into this a little bit, it's really hard to justify it. And again, I got a few of you guys watching now. Please feel free to jump into the comment section. I know I'm saying something that some people probably won't like to hear and don't agree with. But the more I looked into Starseed and that theory, the more it just seemed like a predatory theory, giving people a reason to feel more disconnected from everyone around them. And the more that kind of fed me really not liking this theory, right? I mean, the whole book, The Throne of Gods, 1978, which is the book that it actually comes from, I'm going to probably read here over the next couple of weeks, just to get a better understanding of what he was trying to say when people extrapolated this starseed theory, right? You know, we all want to feel like we are here for the betterment of something, right? Like we're on this grand mission. We have this grandiose purpose, especially when we feel really small in our own lives. We want to tie ourselves to this, right? Yep. Jen, thank you. We want to tie ourselves to an experience or an existence that we can feel proud of and really happy with. But we're here, right? The point of living is to live and to exist in this space. So tying ourselves to something that's out there and disconnected from the reality and from the experience that we're actually in right now, right? To say that I'm not a part of this journey, but some other journey out there that is greater than all of this, or pushes beyond all of this, or started thousands of years ago and will culminate thousands of years or millennia away. I think provides us this false sense of purpose that we'll actually end up losing why we're actually here today, which is to connect with the people around us and experience what we have and experience the world as it is. Now, don't get me wrong. I want to make sure that we all agree and we all move forward and we all try to make this place better. But the idea that star seeds are coming here to save us from ourselves, I think, strips us of the agency of bettering our own lives. And so this is, I actually thought I was going to have a lot more fun and kind of get into more detail and have something other than a couple of different potential instances of are star seeds real, right? But the only thing I could really find is some people run hot, some people run cold, and then a list of symptoms of individuals who feel disconnected from the society around them. You know, a very large feeling of disenfranchisement. And so it's tough for me to accept something like that as a potential truth when it's really drawing away our agency as people that are existing now and putting it on. Oh, likewise, Stephen, thank you. I feel like it strips us of our agency, right? It takes away this ability for us to feel and be and exist in a space. And Stephen, if you or Richie want to pop up, please let me know. I'll be happy to throw it out. Yeah, and that disconnect could be so many things, you know. My family, it's no mystery. You know, directly in my immediate family, we deal with anxiety and panic attacks and things like that. And that can cause a disconnect from the society around us, right? A feeling of not belonging because you're constantly worried about if you fit in or not and things like that, and much greater worries that manifest. But it's just, it's giving us another wedge between everyone around us, right? And I'm actually going to send this out. I'll just put it out here. I don't know if I can actually post it here or if it'll go through or not. But feel free to kick in, you know, join the conversation, sit with me for a little bit. We can have a conversation about this, about what you guys feel, what you guys think around this type of thing. Because for me, in researching, it became a bigger question: is why do we feel like we're not a part of a community? Why do we feel like we need to be bigger, better, higher, or, you know, and you know, the running joke for me has been a real long time is I'm here to save everybody, right? I am the savior, and we aren't, right? We're just regular people. We're out here being ourselves and trying to do better, trying to be better and do better ourselves without relying on someone else to come in and save us. And I think that's the real crux of all the research I did on it, was that the starseed theory, right, is quite literally waiting for someone else to show up, waiting for that extraterrestrial spirit or extraterrestrial soul to come in, inhabit a human body, and fix everything that we've ruined. And to me, I think that that's a really dangerous belief to have, not only for the idea of stripping yourself of the power or the responsibility to fix everything around you, but also you're empowering another person to be your savior, and you're expecting that other person to live up to a standard that maybe they can't or don't want to or shouldn't or should never be required to. Yeah, this is one of those things that I think that diving into the research a little bit went a different direction for me. I was really hoping to be able to get into a much deeper conversation about it. So please, guys, if you're out there, I shared the link, hop in. I'd love to hear what you guys think about it, because honestly, out of all the topics I've thought about and wanted to dive into, this one is probably going to be the one where I'm the shortest winded, because it just really seemed to me that it was a way to divert agency and to give up responsibility for how you feel and how you are in society. So yeah, that was 15 minutes. It all took me to describe what I learned about star seeds today. So I mean, again, check it out. It came out in 1978, the original theory. It was part of a larger thing. Yeah, I would love someone that believes in it to explain it better, because I think I approached it from a very clinical perspective and went off of how do you know you're a star seed? How do you, how do you identify star seeds and things like that? So if anybody out there is a believer in the star seed stuff and knows a little bit about it, I would love for you to jump on. And I promise I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to attack you for the belief. I think everybody has the right to believe what they want. And part of having a respectful discourse is agreeing to disagree in a very respectful and acceptable manner. So, I mean, hopefully, maybe someone's out there talking about how I'm just slamming the starseed theory right now, and somebody wants to jump in and fire away and tell me how misinformed I am. That would be awesome for me, right? I it's not something I hold as a belief. So what about people with just a higher vibration? I think that that's entirely possible, right? Like some of us are just more in tune. We call it EQ versus IQ, where there are absolutely empaths that feel the energy around them and feel people's emotions before they do. A lot of the time, you can find empaths having as a response, as a defense mechanism, as a response to early childhood trauma, the necessity to know the emotions in the room and things like that. And I think that proves to a degree that we can exist and experience on a higher level than we do now without necessarily accrediting it to some non-terrestrial or paranormal existence. Um, and so, yeah, I think that I think existing on a higher vibration or experiencing the world in a higher way outside of just our five senses, I think is entirely reasonable, is entirely possible, and happens on a pretty routine basis. We all have natural instincts. We've all had deja vu. Those are all moments where we have experienced on a higher level, but we haven't accredited some non-terrestrial origin to it, right? It's yeah. People can sense high vibration. I'm sorry. People can sense high vibration people without knowing what they're picking up on. Yeah, and that might be it too, right? Is you have two people that are operating or experiencing on a little bit of a deeper level, and they meet someone else that is also operating on a higher or deeper level, and they don't know what to make of it. And because it's not a normal routine thing for them to experience, they could very easily credit that to a higher existence or a different origin or it being something more special or more unique or more glorified than just the other person being human, right? Like, so yeah, I can definitely see that. Got a few of you out there. Please feel free to comment in the section or hop up. I'll post that link again. This is the first time I've actually done an open call. So please feel free to click the link and hop in. Is the link showing up? Can somebody let me know if the link's showing up? Because from what I understand, you can't post links sometimes. Nobody? Chirp, chirp. Kimberly, can you see the link? Ah, right. Perfect. Yeah, so that really that unfortunately is a super tight episode for me today because unless we have some more things that people want to talk about, I don't know how much I can beat that dead horse. Um, However, I would like to talk a little bit about what we have going on here, not only with Warner Paranormal, but also with some of the Get Haunted networks and some of the shows here, especially in the Massachusetts area. We had an opportunity um, to hang out with some folks today for Scared and Afraid. That was absolute, or I'm sorry, Scared and Afraid, Scared and Alone. Check them out. They were able to come out to Art Stuff Hall over here in Rockland with the Warner Paranormal Society a few weeks ago. Courtney had an absolute amazing time over there. I mean, she'll probably describe it a little differently. But we also had we had Steve and Richie B over, banter with Richie B if you're on the Get Haunted network. And we had some really good conversations over at the hall, and it was a ton of fun. I'm really excited for the things that they're doing in the area and really pushing. And I'm really excited for our Northeast Para Expo. Richie's actually going to be doing a lecture over there about Bigfoot, the Bridgewater Triangle, and a few other things. I'm very excited to see what they do with that. Last year it was absolutely amazing. It was a ton of fun, and there was a lot of folks from different areas of paranormal that I think are really cool. Oh, nice. My wife's in there pretending that she didn't know about it already. But we have a lot of things coming up. One thing I will say, guys, definitely check out the Medium Circle with Julie. It's actually over at Hard Stuff Hall once a month. It's a mediumship circle. I actually have been a couple times now. It's really cool, and I don't consider myself a medium. I don't know how I feel about that stuff, but we were able to actually go, and my wife had actually went as well and had some really cool experiences just messing with it. And I don't want to say messing with it because you shouldn't dabble with things like that, but experiencing it and practicing it and things like that. It was really cool. And Julie does an amazing job creating a really safe space and a really welcoming space to really kind of learn and experience it for the first time, or if you have actually done it before, to really hone some of those skills. It's a lot of fun. I think Danny and Julie would get along really, really well in one of those circumstances. Yeah, Andrew, definitely check us out, warnerparanormal.com/upcoming events. We have events all the time. And actually, I actually got to make a phone call today. We actually gave away we did a raffle for an investigation at the hall. We do private investigations. So you can check us out at the store. If you do want to actually come to one of our events, you can see all of our events there, or you can actually book your own private event. And you're gonna have to excuse me just one second here. I gotta check my pockets. I'm looking for the winning ticket. Had it with me earlier. I don't know what the heck I did with it. There it is. Yeah, so Lisa William actually won. And you know what? Why not? Since I don't have much to talk about outside of that Starseed, because it really did kind of dead end on me, and I thought it was going to be a lot more exciting than it was. So let's just call Lisa and let her know that she won the raffle here. Andrew, don't even worry about it, man. We'll get you on the next one.
Hello.
Hey, Lisa.
Yes.
Hey, this is Ian with Warner Paranormal Preservation Society. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. Hi, Ian. How are you?
I'm well. Just calling to hopefully make your day just a little bit better. You actually won the raffle for the investigation.
My God, I did not.
You did. And I hope you don't mind, I'm putting you on my podcast right now. I got you on speakerphone. Is that okay?
Oh my God, do you really? Oh yeah, of course. I don't mind at all. Terrific.
Yeah. So I just wanted to let you know. And so when you decide what you want to do with that, when you want to actually organize it, please shoot us a message on the Facebook page and we will get it all booked up for you.
So how does that actually work then? I mean, so who am I one-on-one with? Is it Matt?
So depending on when you choose, it might be Matt, might be myself. Usually there's two of us there. But yeah, you just invite your friends. Up to 8 people can come, and we'll bring the equipment and things like that, so you can have a all-around good night over at the hall.
Oh my God, that's insane. That's perfect. That's brilliant. And that's exactly where I was today, right?
Yep, that's exactly where you were earlier today.
Oh my God. And what's her name? Stephanie was great.
Oh, excellent. That was the reader, right, Stephanie?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, the blonde. Yeah, very good.
All right.
And you have a podcast too? That's terrific.
I do, yeah. I talk about different paranormal things, and I take it from more of a scientific perspective, I think.
Okay. And paranormal, because I love all of that stuff. But paranormal, am I interrupting anything now? Do you need to cut me off?
No, I don't need to cut you off. Was there something you wanted to jump in with?
No, well, no. I love all that stuff, like reincarnation, aliens. I don't know if you're talking about aliens.
We were talking about both reincarnation and aliens today with Starseeds.
Oh, really? You were talking about all of that?
Yes, ma'am. Yep.
Oh, wow.
That was today's topic.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Yeah, I've had a few incidents myself in England when I lived in England.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, well, I've seen I've seen ships, and yes, it's a long story, but yeah.
That's
I'm so
awesome.
excited. So when does this actually happen then, Ian?
So you're going to be able to book with us when it's convenient for you. I mean, you're the one that's going to organize the team of friends, and we'll go ahead and make sure that we have coverage there for you to accommodate.
Well, like I said, I don't think I have that many friends. Can somebody else invite some people to come along?
I'm sure I could put it out right now. I got people watching right now that would probably love to join you.
Absolutely. Well, I don't really have anybody that would be interested. I'm the only nut, as they call me, in the family. So yeah. So if you want to, invite as many people, you should invite 7 people to come along.
Well, you guys heard that.
I'm open, and just tell me when I have to be there.
All right, Lisa. Well, thank you, and we'll reach out. We'll reach out on Facebook Messenger to get everything tightened up.
Sounds perfect. Thanks, Ian.
You're welcome, Lisa. Thank you. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. That's terrific. Thanks so much.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Well, that was fun. Well, you guys heard it. She's got an open invite for 7 seats over at Hearthstone Hall. Don't know when we're going to do it though, but yeah, I mean, she was really cool over at the Para Fair too, and I'm really glad someone we actually interacted with won. So guys, honestly, I don't have much. Yeah, someone who answers unknown numbers. Yeah, I was genuinely concerned I was going to go to voicemail on that one. But yeah, so guys, I want to thank you for coming out. I'm going to keep it really short tonight because honestly, I don't have too much. We got 9 minutes left until the next shows roll out. Please hang out on the Get Haunted Network. There are other people with more interesting things to say than me tonight, so definitely take a look. Yep. Oh yeah, like and subscribe. Don't forget to like and subscribe. My son says this all the time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. He'll send videos to family members, and he'll do the little pointing and things like that. So it's too cute. But all right, guys, I am going to sign off. It has been a very long day. We've been at the hall all day, and we had an amazing time. A ton of people came out, and we appreciate all the love and support you guys show us. Thank you again to the Get Haunted Network for hosting us. And truly, thank you guys for everything you're doing. You guys are the ones that make this. Oh, she does? Yep. Anybody with kids knows. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys. You guys are the ones that make it worth it, right? I could come here and talk to a camera and really get nowhere with it. It's you guys' interaction. It's you guys' watching the videos and rewatching them and commenting and things like that that makes it fun and makes it entertaining, not only for me, but for everybody else watching. Thank you, guys. Steven, thank you. And yeah, I appreciate you guys. So this is Steve. Richie puts you on his shows all the time, right? Here I am interacting with a text block. But please check them out. Banter with Richie B. Guys, again, thank you so much for everything and have a great night. Oh, yep. And you can catch Steve on Banter with Ricky B. Signing off. Have a good night, guys.